right, so check it out. So here we go. So here we go again. Here with another reaction video. All right. So this one here is DJ Envy and his wife Gia Casey discuss sex life and faking in the bed. I mean, I heard about this interview. I know everybody heard about this interview, but I actually haven't heard the interview. Anybody? Any of y'all heard it? Nah. Geechee, you good? You good, man? You lost your puppy or something? You sad? You look sad, man.
Who that?
You, man. You look sad.
Who, me?
Stop looking like that.
You talking me?
Shit. Yeah, you.
Talking me?
Put your chin up. Walk tall.
No,
Look at you.
no. This is the feast I'ma have when we talk.
Oh my God.
DJ Envy, I'll beat this DJ Envy right here. I'll be like this. Wait to slap the shit out your ass.
All right, let's go.
Yeah,
We
you ain't gonna play with me like that. Nope.
Shut up, man.
Nope.
All right, hold on, here we go.
The fact that we got together so young. He was my first. He was my only. And I was very inexperienced aside from sex. You know, before him, the furthest that I'd ever gotten was second base.
Yeah.
Before him went up my shirt, and I thought that was a big deal. So we were both turtles in our relationship. We waited to have sex to our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, you're a turtle bee.
Special
Shut up.
And romantic. But we were two kids that didn't really know what we were doing exactly, but we had fun figuring each other out. Most young girls, and even many women, I'm sure so many women can relate, but you don't know how to achieve an orgasm.
Yeah.
A lot of women have no idea what it feels like to have an orgasm through sexual intercourse. They know how to do it themselves, or they know how to do it through oral sex, but through sexual intercourse, a lot of women just don't know. Now, if you don't know, how do you expect your man to know?
Mm-hmm.
I especially didn't know. So we would be intimate and he would be putting his best foot forward. Like, he is in the business of satisfying, just all around.
All right.
Just I'm talking about your mentality overall.
Just
like,
all around.
just in life. Like, he lives to make me happy, and he puts his best foot forward in that realm. So I would see him trying and really going to work. And I'm sure so many women can relate. Like, you want to reward that man for that work. And the only reward that you have to offer is an orgasm. But even if I didn't feel it, I would still be performative.
Pause.
Performative?
Pause.
Is that even a word?
I say pause.
That it was happening. So, okay. In her defense,
oh my God.
In her defense.
What?
They've only been with each other. So.
That's a lie.
Well,
Yeah.
if
You
they
done
don't
fuck some
get
other.
with, if they
You
don't
done
get
fuck
with
some
each
other.
other,
Language.
You done fuck some other people.
if they've only been with each other, then I can see how this could happen possibly.
That's no excuse.
It looked like a statue.
Hell no. I'd rather you tell me that. I'd rather you say it wasn't accomplished.
I mean, I wouldn't fake it probably. It probably
Hold on, I gotta hear Geechee man. Explain.
It is a human statue.
But I can see you don't know what you don't know until you find out that you don't know it. And you're like, oh shit, what just happened?
Bullshit.
Like, when you're young. But not no 10 years. That's
No, because as a man, right? Though they could say, they could vouch for this. As a man, we do that to achieve that goal. But to have us thinking that we did that and it's a lie.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Man, but ooh. All right, hold on. Let's get back into it. Hey, before I get back to it, hey, Geechee man, you got something to say, Geechee man, before I get back into it? Before I play the video back, you good?
Man, you got a mouthful of food, man.
Let me tell you something, baby.
Uh-oh, watch that word. Watch that word. Watch that word. Watch that B word. Watch that B word.
Let me tell you something, baby.
Watch the B word, man.
Your penis is a orgasm meter. You know when it's real. Ain't no way, like, he might have been faking it too, but ain't no way he didn't know that girl man even doing that time.
How? Hold on. Time out. How can a guy fake an orgasm, man?
No, we know. I'm not saying a guy faking it.
Oh,
we
that's
know
when
it's a real orgasm.
Okay. That's what the way I heard it.
And if you I'm put this in I'm put this in there. If you got good meat, you know. Sorry, sir. He might have sorry meat. Sorry for him. He'll be on famous and everything. I know my.
Ed, are you eating meat right now? Are you eating any meat right now? Are you eating any meat right now?
He's saying you're eating meat.
Let's get back into it. Hold on.
So yes, I was faking it. But once you start, how do you stop? Right. How do you climb back out of that rabbit hole? You can't really have a conversation about it now. So I actually did it to myself. But what's more important is the fact that it had nothing to do with him. Right. He was doing everything that a man could do to please a woman. The problem was that I didn't know my own body. And
first he was putting his all into it. He did everything and I still didn't. That makes it worse.
I did not know my own body. Motherfucker, you grown.
No. Okay, yeah, she's grown now. But like if you're young, I can see that because you just
she was grown 10 years ago. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, she's had to learn for this at this point.
Them boy 50 years old. They were grown. They were grown. Come on now. They were grown. No, we ain't doing this. I'm gonna wrestle. I'm gonna slam you.
All right, get back into it.
Communicate what exactly you want.
Exactly. I had to learn that first. And what the problem was, I was so busy performing and putting on a show that I didn't take the time to be pleased. I didn't take the time to enjoy it because that wasn't my priority. My priority was him. And that comes from a place where, ever since we're young, we're sold these false narratives that women are sex objects. Women are here for the pleasing of men. Women are toys. You see it on billboard ads. You see it on the cover of books. You see it in, car magazines. You see it everywhere. Sexy women draped across something, advertising something. So we're kind of subconsciously led to believe those things. And for me, this is how it played out in my life.
And everything is all good there now, right?
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Where were her friends at during this? Like, did nobody say this is what you need to do? I'm confused with this. Like, how do you fake this for 10 whole years?
10 years.
She had a conversation with her friends and was like, I don't think I've ever. And they were like, what? What do you mean you never? Like, do you not try this or do you not do that? Like something is not right there.
Let me stop you for a minute, John. I hate to stop you, but that's not been quiet all night. Before, he was falling asleep and everything. But let's hear his thoughts on that so far.
She's a damn devil. Period.
Okay, explain. We didn't know more.
No. On a serious note, I feel like she should have said something. I really do.
At the beginning, right?
During all those times of her, faking it and all this stuff, they could have, went to the adult store or, she could have helped him out.
Spice it up.
Whatever he needs to do to, yeah.
So my thing is, from my understanding is she was saying.
She didn't even know her own body.
Not only that, but she didn't say nothing until 10 years later. I can say. I don't know. I don't know.
She didn't know her own body, and that's flam. That's the flammest comment I hear from a woman. I didn't know my own body. Yeah, you know you bust.
It is kind of it sounds very deceiving, but if it's not deceiving and she is telling the truth, she should have said that to him too. She should have brought that up.
And she could have said it to him 25 years ago.
It's a little tiny bit more difficult for a woman. Hell, it just is. But there's different. But like, she like 10 years. That's just too. Like that's just crazy.
They've been together 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah,
some
years.
And
But
so
she said 10 years she was faking it though.
Huh?
No,
That's
she
too
talking about
much.
when they were
That's too
earlier.
much.
They've been together 20-something years, sir. They got kids that are 20-something years old.
That is sad.
Damn, they old as fuck, man.
Oh, come on, B.
Okay.
All right, let's get back to it.
I figured out my problems.
Hurt my heart though. I ain't gonna lie. Hurt my heart. I might have cried a couple of times, but it helped our relationship even better.
But on a more serious note, me doing that was very, very detrimental, and it put into effect the fall of a series of dominoes that hurt our relationship in the absolute worst way. It was actually one of the reasons why he cheated.
Oh shit.
So do you feel like so how did that conversation even come about? Like, Emmy, were you like, am I not performing enough? Or were you at some point like, you're not performing enough? Or like, how did that come about?
One night we were in bed and we were having sex, and she was just, I remember in the middle of it, she was like, yes, but no. And I'm like, yeah, yes, but no what?
Something like that.
Yes, but no what? And she was like, we got into like a argument, and then she was like, well, I don't be having an orgasm. She didn't say it in that. She speaks way more eloquent than I would. And I was like, what? And she was like, I don't. I'm like, no, yes, you do. I hear it. Like, yeah, and then she was like, no, I'm faking it. I'm like, every time? And she was like, yeah. And then that just crushed me because I thought I was putting in work. Like I'm sitting there thinking I'm, Big Daddy Long Leg, you know what I mean? Like, and she's sitting there like, no, not at all. So it really hurt my heart. Like it hurt me because for that time, I thought I was pleasing my wife. I thought I was pleasing, You hear all these stories of women talking about their girlfriend. Oh, girl, he was so short. Oh, girl, he ain't doing nothing. And I feel like they laughing. Now I feel like that's what my wife was doing.
Ouch.
Okay, so there's a couple things. They've been doing horrible, and they've been together all these times because she would have got off right then for that. So something ain't like they're just probably not very.
Well, they're promoting their book too now.
Yeah.
They just dropped
I agree.
Okay, well that might have something to do with it because, and sometimes like I did say, you don't know what you don't know. But that's just too long, like for them to be together, and like she has to be talking to her homegirls, just like different things, and like that's too long. Not, I don't know.
That's not.
I mean, go ahead, Juan.
No, make sure he good. He looks sleepy. Get up and do some jumping jacks.
I ain't seen Juan in a minute, man. I need to get the screen back, man. God damn. Oh, I see it's dark. Got a mirror behind you, but the goddamn running.
Let's get back into the video, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but the way that it came out, we had gotten into an argument. And when I was trying to resolve the argument, he tried to slap the Band-Aid of sex over it. He had done that so many times before. Like, let me just give us some.
That conversation.
Let me just give us some.
Take this D and shut up. That.
I actually think that's the most toxic. A lot of people love like makeup sex. And in my opinion, I feel like it's the most toxic thing ever.
Yes,
And we had quite a bit of makeup sex.
Yeah.
And I was over it that day. So I'm like, we didn't even get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, you got to talk about it, and then you can make up with the
You have to get to a point of understanding.
Right.
Then you can have happy makeup sex. But I was having disgruntled makeup sex. And I'm laying there and I'm thinking to myself like, and then it just came out. So what I did, which was wrong, was I weaponized it. There was a time and place for me to communicate how I had felt. There was a way in which to do it. And that is not the decision that I made. I did it to hurt him. I did it to spite him. And it made our relationship that much more toxic because now I have a husband with a bruised ego who's looking at me as a
So she's trying to say she did it on purpose?
Hold on. Let's rewind it back a tiny bit. A little bit. Hold on.
Like
That's
makeup sex, and in my opinion, I feel like it's the most toxic thing ever. And
we had quite a bit of makeup sex.
Yeah.
And I was over it that day. So I'm like, we didn't even get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, you got to talk about it, and then you can make up with this.
You have to get to a point of understanding.
Right.
Then you can have happy makeup sex. But I was having disgruntled makeup sex. And I'm laying there and I'm thinking to myself like, and then it just came out. So what I did, which was wrong, was I weaponized it. There was a time and place for me to communicate how I felt. There was a way in which to do it. And that is not the decision that I made. I did it to hurt him. I did it to spite him. And it made our relationship that much more toxic because now I have a husband with a bruised ego who's looking at me as a wife who's a liar and who not only lied, but lied to him for years. And in the most delicate part of your
How long had you guys been together when you had that conversation?
At that point, I think we were married for, we're in this house.
That was our Kittle house. It was the other house.
It was the other house. It was when we were on a lease.
Yep.
16, 17, maybe 17 years ago. So we're probably. So you remember where the bedroom that we sat and had a conversation. It was the house prior to the one that we're living in now. So yeah, no, it was a long time ago. But let me tell you something. It had years of consequences.
Oh my goodness, that's a long time. That's definitely a long time. But you can clearly see the work that you guys have done with your responses and your self-awareness. The parts, you each played to get to where you are today. There's not a lot of pointing fingers, which I love. So I love that for you guys. Love come through.
Baby.
Yes. And you guys also talk about questions to ask yourself before marriage. And you give, I think, about 25 questions to ask yourself. For each of you, what would you say is the most important question to ask yourself before marriage for the people watching?
Faking it in
bro, that's a long time, B.
Yeah.
Bro,
that is a long time.
I'm put like this. I love y'all, but we gotta revisit this tomorrow. Cause man, I need some time.
Bro.
What the fuck?
Bro.
Go have some intimate conversation.
Man.
Yo, I'm speechless, bro.
Well, like, you doing that to me, B?
Yeah.
Jen, you gonna drink a bottle of gin with me tonight? Cause we rumble in this. Hey,
I've been drinking this whole time, okay? That's why I had to stop and go take a potty break, because this is going right through me.
Yo, that's crazy.
But this is one of those things, like, why people got to communicate. And then, like, after this whole Will and Jada thing came out, and how she said she was not happy or pleased with him physically, like, that was a perfect time to have these conversations who you deal with, because Jesus walked. If she was sitting there faking it, how does he even know?
Walks with me.
He might not even
Jesus
know
what
it feels like if she does.
Shut the fuck up.
So they're probably
how the hell I don't know? If I paying bills in this house, I'm supposed to know. I pay bills. Come on now, Jesus walk with me. Jesus walks. Man, I'm calling you this shit. Come on now.
Bro, that's some dirt. I don't know, man. That's.
And two people have different levels of intimacy.
I told you she's a devil.
But why lie? Why lie though?
I told you she's a devil.
But as much as she don't know her body, he obviously
really. And you would agree with that? I don't know my body.
Let me ask you Let me ask you a question. And you don't know your body, but at the end of the day, you don't know when you want something. Like, so if a dude's like, "Hey man, you don't smell right," you gonna be the worst, right?
You're gonna what?
That's not knowing your body.
You don't know their body.
You don't smell right. You might be on your period. You don't know. You younger.
No, they know. I've always known. Like, I know how I'm supposed to be. Like, no. Like, that's one thing.
You just said, like, and you vouched for her saying that she don't know her body.
Okay, it's like this. Like, whenever you're young, there's some things that you just don't know. And if they've been together.
All right, what's young? What's young? When they were 10 years ago?
They did want to get it 20 years.
Yeah, so
okay,
they had to be in their 20s and 30s at the time.
If I would have stayed with the person that I was with when I was very first active, who knows? I probably would have never, whatever, because I just didn't know. And you just don't know. And then you get experience and you learn things, you know things, you talk to your friends about things, you're like, oh damn. And so she probably, but it's just crazy. Like, I do think it's crazy that they could go this long. Like, she's wrong for it.
That's bullshit, yeah.
Yes, and then, but sometimes too, whenever you're in a relationship, it's hard to have certain kind of conversations. Like, how do you say?
But you know, I do agree with you. But them conversations are hard.
Yes, they're very hard.
Yeah, but it has
they're hard, but it gotta happen.
Okay, just like
it has to be done.
Okay.
And so, like,
it just like
me in a relationship, like one time I'm like, are you sexually satisfied? Because those are things that you need to know, because those are things that you might not want to come forth and say because you don't want to hurt your partner's feelings. It just depends. But those are conversations that need to be had because they just need to be had. But that's 20. He hurt herself and him. They hurt each other. Because now he probably don't even know what it's like to, I don't know.
But
like,
think about it. She probably didn't even give head. So fuck that.
He probably didn't either. And she wouldn't be sitting there saying that.
Hold on.
Boy, you stupid, boy.
Because if you listen, that's the number one. That you shit.
I ain't come for
if you do that and nothing happens, and it's just all bad. There ain't nothing good nowhere. He gotta go through a whole A through whatever.
I'll come first.
But you know what? I think that's probably the worst shit you can ever tell somebody, yo. As a partner, that's the worst. Oh, yeah. Like. You can destroy a man saying some shit like that. Yeah. Like that's 100% true. I'm like that's 10 years.
That nigga dick trash. His dick is trash for 10 years.
Hey, can you imagine how? Hey, bro, I'm telling you.
Yo, I would.
But he didn't even know it though. He thought he was putting it down.
Yeah, exactly. He thought he was putting it down, but bro, that. Ooh.
So that means she's doing some other stuff on the backside.
It gotta be. It gotta be. It gotta be.
She done bust down something. And he's sitting right there with his shoulders up. Just sitting there like this. Yeah. I was like, hell no. You said my dick been trash for 10 years and you ain't fucking nothing? No, we ain't going for that. I gonna look at you with him. No, matter of fact, let's lay it down. But you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're doing it for money. It's the book. So I know it's a play, but that shit is real. But he's sitting there like, as a man, like, that's like, I ain't gonna do certain shit for money, man. It's like some things I ain't gonna do for money.
There's something I can see it, but not like modern day.
That interview would not go. I want to make a spoof on that interview, but that interview would have been me rolling around on the ground.